Chelsea news. What is happening, my friends? How's it going? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you are all doing well, guys. I really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea News, the daily series here on Football Therapy, where I analyse headlines and go across Chelsea news. One big story I want to talk about today regarding some intense transfer talks. Thomas Tuchel reportedly really wants this defender. And also I want to speculate on the Erling Haaland story of, would Thomas Tuchel actually want this striker? A generational goal scorer, sure, but the Chelsea squad is amazing and he seems happy with it. So I want to go into that a little bit. Settle in, get comfortable, pour yourself a drink, subscribe to this channel if you're new. If you want to show some sweet, sweet love, please do drop a like on the video. And let me tell you that this video is brought to you by OneFootball. That's right, OneFootball sponsors Chelsea News here on Football Therapy. It is a totally free app that gives you everything you'll ever need regarding the beautiful game and keeping yourself informed with any team, but probably Chelsea Football Club. You get match alerts, transfer news, general news, lineups, fixtures, match statistics, everything you'll ever need. You can get that all on OneFootball. Click the link in the description to go check out the totally free OneFootball app now and do yourself that favour, my friends. Alright then, let's get into the first story and part of this video today. And that is intense transfer talks reportedly between Marina Granovskaia, the head honcho at Chelsea Football Club, and of course the manager Thomas Tuchel. Now I've got reservations of these type of headlines because Thomas Tuchel's only just got his feet under the table and he's seemingly happy with the squad, but the truth is, when you have a vision and you come to a club like Chelsea Football Club, you have the ambition to win as quickly as possible, you need to build the squad that you want in your image as quickly as possible. And it's, as good as the Chelsea squad is, it's highly unlikely that it's going to be perfect for Thomas Tuchel's ideas in terms of being completed. I doubt it's at completion for his vision. So, therefore, you can speculate there are probably already transfer talks happening. So I'm going to read you an extract from today's article from The Express, and it is in relation to Nicholas Sule of Bayern Munich. Hashtag intense transfer talk. So let's take a look at the extract from the article for some more context. According to Munich-based newspaper, Abend Zeitung, great pronunciation, Jan, the former Borussia Dortmund and Paris Saint-Germain manager is desperate to bring Sule to Stamford Bridge. Indeed, it is understood that Tuchel is already in talks with the Chelsea's transfer chief Marina Granovskaia over a potential deal. Despite the manager's interest, AZ claims that Bayern are in no rush to part ways with their reliable defender. The centre-back has a good relationship with boss Hansi Flick and feels at home in Munich, it is claimed. So there you go, not necessarily much interest to sell him, but the fact how he's being linked a lot, I think there probably is some potential of movement there. And remember, only just the other day, Antonio Rudiger has come out and says, I know Nicholas Sule very well, happy to talk to him and hopefully try and bring him to Chelsea. Maybe a bit of tongue-in-cheek there from Antonio Rudiger, but Chelsea seemingly always convince players to come to Stamford Bridge. Lots of money, London, an exciting project, and even though Bayern are incredible, of course, maybe Sule can be convinced by another German coach to come and play in the best league in the world and get paid loads of money. Think about it, there is a certain mystique of not just playing in a league where you've got a monopoly over the whole league like Bayern Munich, like you're always going to win the league. Come to Chelsea, challenge yourself, and wicked, right? Now Sule is 25 years old and he's in his prime. He can play at centre half and he can play at right back. So he's a versatile player, which always bodes well in the Premier League. And after this campaign, he will only have 1 year left on his deal. So for one reason or another, his deal is running down. Whether he's trying to negotiate the best deal possible for Bayern Munich, which of course is possible, he might be obtainable for a relatively good fee. Now remember, a club like Chelsea, super rich benefactor like Roman Abramovich, not massively hit by the financial crisis. A lot of teams in Germany and indeed across other European leagues are struggling financially. Bayern Munich, they might see an opportunity here to make some money. And remember, they made no money on David Alaba leaving. He didn't sign a new deal, he's gone on a free transfer, that stung them. So maybe they'll be looking to generate additional revenue by selling a player. I don't know though. Of course there are alternatives like Jerome, Boateng, another Bayern Munich player. But Nicolas Sule looks like a good option. He's elite, he plays at the highest level, just entering his prime at 25 years old, and if indeed the reports are to be believed that Thomas Tuchel really wants him, and he's having, yes, I'm going to say it again, intense transfer talks with the transfer chief, Marina Granovskaia, then who knows, we might see him coming to Stamford Bridge. Although we would all love David Alaba, it's highly likely he goes to Real Madrid. And you know, even if Thiago Silva re-signs, which I'm sure he will for another year, we can't expect him to play that much. And you know, bringing in another sort of German, why not? Bring them all in. Thomas Tuchel, Germania madness. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on Nicolas Sule potentially to Chelsea. Is this a transfer you'd like to see happen? Get down in the comment section below and express your thoughts and opinions on this player and potential transfer in theory. Right then, let's go into the second part of this video and talk about Erling Haaland. Right, so absolute gunman, best young goal scorer in Europe. And I mean that, I really do mean that. I really do hope that. Like, yes, Mbappe had a masterclass and he's been compared to Haaland, you know, across social media. I definitely hold, or I subscribe to the theory that Mbappe is a better footballer than Erling Haaland, but if you look at their respective goal returns, Haaland is just going to score more goals. You know, Mbappe will get more assists, he's more technical, he'll play out wide, he'll help the team more. But in terms of like a gunman centre forward that just converts goals at the highest level, Erling Haaland, I think he's got 18 Champions League goals in 15 appearances, and like 13 of them were starts. Just literally, he's 20, remember he's 2 years younger than Mbappe as well. An absolutely incredible record. He looks really physical. I think he'd have no trouble in the Premier League. Now, if you guys listen to my friend's podcast, London is Blue, they had Matt Law on. He often talks about Chelsea with them, giving them the inside scoop. Great podcast, I'd urge you to check it out. Matt Law said Chelsea have already tried to sign Erling Haaland before he went to Dortmund. They actually went to Salzburg, made the inquiry, but the wages were a little bit too high. They weren't prepared to pay Haaland what Dortmund did because they weren't convinced of him fully yet. And obviously since, he's convinced everyone. So Chelsea have already tried to sign him, and you can understand why scouts and the club in general continue to look at him and would be very attracted to the idea of signing him, especially if you consider how Werner is like a off striker now, like in the Premier League especially. It looks like he's not going to play down the middle. Tammy's not re-signed. We don't know what it's like with injuries. Giroud's leaving. Chelsea want that sort of Didier Drogba, Diego Costa figure. You know, they tried to get it with Morata, didn't really work. So they'll be looking to get that elite gunman to win them titles. So the club want Erling Haaland. They've already tried to sign him and they want him now. But the question I'm posing in this part of the video is, does Thomas Tuchel want him? Or speculate, would he want him? Obviously the instinctive reaction would be like, well, look how good a player he is, of course he'd want him. But at the same time, if you look at Thomas Tuchel, how he's playing with Chelsea, you think he's happy with like this setup, he's happy with these players, he knows he's got loads of attacking talent. And I only so recently made a video about how Kai Havertz could play the striker role at Chelsea with Timo Werner playing off him, and how that probably would suit him a lot. And I still subscribe to that theory, and I maintain that. But the truth is, if you look at Thomas Tuchel's success recently, he had Aubameyang at Dortmund, who, you know, Aubameyang had his best ever scoring season under Thomas Tuchel, so he relied on a gunman up front that gets an incredible amount of goals. And similarly, he had Mbappe at PSG, granted they're different players like I just said, but Mbappe had his best ever scoring season under Thomas Tuchel. So he's always worked with this one sort of super player that can score loads and loads of goals. And if you look at Chelsea at the moment, sure, you could say Timo Werner could do that just off a striker, maybe a little bit more like Mbappe, but he's not Mbappe, is he? Even if Timo Werner is an amazing player, can you rely on Timo Werner to get you 35 goals across all competitions in the season? Not so sure, but it looks like he's a very useful player, gets a bunch of goals, gets assists. But if you offer Thomas Tuchel the opportunity to have yet another one of these elite young gunmen in his elite European team, he would probably say, yes, I need one. What, you're looking at Erling Haaland? Yes, I would like him very much, please, and I absolutely would make it work with him in my team. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the fact how he said, look, I don't need players, but if you look at his previous two big successes with Dortmund and PSG, with the kind of players he had, we're actually short that sort of elite forward front man that's going to get you incredible amounts of goals, especially looking at how Timo Werner is settling into this team and what he would represent and be. I don't necessarily think he's going to be that guy. So I think Tuchel will say yes to Haaland. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below regarding the elite Norwegian gunman. I want to hear your thoughts on it, my friends. If you've enjoyed today's video, you can let me know by dropping a like and commenting down below. Subscribe if you're new. Go check out One Football in the description. Enjoy the football, and I will see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me baby.